You know, it's becoming normal to see in these big spots like that. Like, I didn't know for sure, but does it feel like normal now? Just defending the title, big fight, big fight, big fight.
Yeah, it definitely does, especially being active. I just fought 3 months ago.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? So it's a quick turnaround, and it does, you know what I mean? Like, it just shows you where I'm at as well.
And you guys have been here, right? You guys have been here for a little bit?
Well, we got in Friday, so the whole heap of us. We've got a massive house, massive property with just a heap of us, and it's incredible. There's nothing but good energy. Yeah.
That's always the best.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the champ, Alexander Volkanovski. Alex, thanks for checking in with me, man. I appreciate it on 3 days before another championship fight. How are you feeling mentally, physically, as you're ready to fight a guy for the third time? Because that can be taxing.
Oh, it definitely can. I feel good, man. I feel really good. That's why I wanted the quick turnaround, because I know I'm at my peak now. I'm firing. I'm on. You know, so it's you know, I want to be active. You know, and even though it's Max, I've already faced him twice.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm still excited for this. I still feel like it's different. You know, I still feel like I know he's gonna bring something different. It ain't going to be the same Max. I know he's going to have strategy. We're going to have strategy. He hasn't versed Bold Volk yet. You know what I mean? There's still,
what do you have
there's
there?
still a little bit.
You got to
you
shave your head or something?
Yeah, shave. You haven't seen me? Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah. Well, you didn't know about Bold Volk?
I didn't know. No, it's a new thing. It's a new thing, Bold Volk.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand fighting a guy 3 times, right? At the end of it, it can get a bit annoying, right? Because it seems like you're painting the same picture over and over and over, but trying to make that picture look better on the next time than you did before. How do you approach this Max Holloway fight and make him an even bigger threat than he was prior? Because remember before, when you got him the first time, he was greatest featherweight of all time. Second time, you went to Fight Island. Oh, people say they got the first fight wrong. How do you make him an even bigger challenge in your mind to ensure that the preparation's better the third time when you're up 2-0? That makes it hard.
Well, man, like, again, I got enough about respect, and I give credit to him and his team. Like, I know they're going to bring it. Max always turns up. He's going to turn up. You know, we know he's durable, we know he's resilient, you know, we know he's got cardio, and we know he's got the skills. So how are you not going to prepare when you know he's going to bring it? He's going to be game. So, and I know I will too. So we're both going to turn up. And let's see what happens.
Gonna turn up. That, you know, the kids say that whenever they go out to party. You know.
Oh yeah.
Maybe old kids. You talked about the durability, right? I want you to look at some of these numbers. I looked at the betting line, and in this fight, where you had 2 razor close fights, you're almost a 2-1 favorite now. Do you think that maybe some of the durability comes into question? Because as you're the more active fighter, he's the one that has been more damaged. Took 160 versus Yair, 135 versus Calvin. You hit him 137 in fight 2, 157 in fight 1. Do you think these fights, 180 against Poirier, do you think in these fights, the idea that you're fresher, even though more active, is what is making people lean and sway in your direction, or you think it's just the more recent performances?
I think it's all of it. Obviously, I've got 2 victories over him.
Yeah.
And then you got...
But so again, close, right? And now you're like 2-1.
Well, the first one, well, you know, obviously was competitive, but it was pretty clear. It was pretty clear that I won that. That second one, it was close. You know, he turned up. I didn't really turn up, and I still.
You don't think he fought well?
Hey,
you don't think he fought well in that?
I felt well. No.
You don't think he fought well?
Nah, I did.
Really?
I did it. You know, I'm not making excuses. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
But I had to dig deep. Even before that fight started. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. I don't need to talk about that because I fight him this weekend.
I know. So I'm just wondering because I thought in that second fight, honestly, and I've said this, you know, to people close to me. I was getting ready to fight Stipe the second time, and everybody, right? We're friends, me and Max. Full disclosure, but at the end of the 5th round, everybody's all Max did it. I was like, I think Alex won. Because as we watched those last 2 rounds, I could see the things you were doing to put the rounds in the bag.
Yep.
But how could you dig there when you weren't really yourself? So are you expecting to pull away from him this time?
You just make it happen. You know, that's the type of guy I am. It doesn't matter what hurdles are in front of me, I'm going to make it happen. And, you know, I think people see that as well. Like, no matter what danger I'm in, no matter how bad things can get, I get myself out of them. Guillotines, triangles, You know, we've
That
seen
was
it.
some shit
Exactly,
right there.
you're right. So
That guillotine was crazy.
people see that, and then not only they see the skill, they see all that. We're both like that in a sense as well. But then, yeah, you've got the two victories over him. You know, that's why maybe people may lean. But again, I'm expecting Max to come with a different strategy. He's going to be game, he's going to be ready, but I mean, just where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Not only I've got the skills, the knowledge I have, and the understanding of the game, the understanding of myself and what I do and how I do it, is just on a whole nother level. I'm going to capitalize on opportunities that are going to come my way. And you mentioned the durability and the damage he takes.
Yeah.
He's hittable. We know that.
Yeah.
He'll eat one to give one. And that's going to be a bad approach with me, but that's just his style. You know, then I have been saying, I've been pretty vocal saying that how long is that going to hold up? You know, he's a legendary chin, right?
Yes,
it is.
yes.
It goes, does that hold on forever? Because I know I'm going to find it, and I'll find it regularly. So let's see if it stays legendary. If it does, we'll keep it going.
You know, in that second fight, takedowns at the right moments were available. You took them. We saw Max kind of do that in his last fight. That was a little bit of a new wrinkle. Do you go and prepare for that, or do you go, well, I'm no Yair Rodriguez, I'm not getting taken down by Max Holloway? Like, do you really? You don't really like. I don't know. I know you can't really ignore it, but like you can say, oh, I'm a better wrestler. It's not going to happen to me.
I think he's going to mix it up. I think he might throw things in there. You know,
Yeah.
obviously to throw different obstacles in front of me. You keep me busy, keep my mind busy. But I mean, I don't really fight like that. I make people fight my fight. So if he shoots, I think that's going to end up worse for him. Obviously, in that last round, again, we knew we had to dig deep. He wanted to steal that last round as well. And he went for the takedown, and then I ended up on top. So he's going to remember them. You know, there's been a couple of times where he tried to take me down, and I will end up on top. So I think, I think he's got to be careful with how he approaches that, because for me, I know if he tries to take me down, I'll end up on top. Whether he does get the takedown, I'm very good in my scrambles. I'm very good at getting back to my feet, and I'm very good at getting back on top when people put me there. So I feel like that wouldn't do him any justice. But I'm still aware that could be an option for him. You
know, champ, I'm going to ask you. I think this personally, and you kind of shut that down, but I want to ask you about it face to face. I think in this, I'm wondering, in this competition, right? Does it need to be dominant? And you said, I believe that DC doesn't believe that. I know it's his friend. He wants as many chances. But do you fear that because you guys are both so much better than the rest of the division, that if you don't put a stamp on that, down the line you could see a Max Holloway fight for a fourth time? Because very rarely do you even get a trilogy when one guy's won two.
Right. Yeah, no, you're right. Like it depends what happens. You never say never, right?
Yeah.
I go out there, but obviously I plan on going out there.
But if you dominate him now, then
exactly,
now people won't ask for that anymore.
Of course, but I mean the thing is, if the division isn't sorting itself out and there's no one else, and everyone still wants to see that a fourth time,
you'll fight.
And it's going to put me in, again, I look at these fights, the reason why I'm taking this fight is because I know it's putting me in a better position after this.
Yeah.
It's still a legacy fight for me. Even though I beat him twice, beating him again, and really, like I said, let's try and make it as dominant as we can. But I mean, beating someone like Max, who is...
3 times.
Yeah. It's really saying something.
Yeah.
So for some reason, people are still screaming his name and want to see it, and people keep bringing it up.
It was a Cater fight.
Yeah.
It was a Cater fight, right? I think the Cater fight, when he looked as good as he did, it made everybody go, we got to see these dudes again. But then I don't know if it was as, they were screaming it as much after the last fight because Jair was more competitive.
Yeah.
And you looked in the way that you did against the Korean Zombie. How are you doing that, man? Like, how are you getting better every time? And also, I was talking to Ryan Clark, and we're like, dude, I don't know how he just gets stronger as these fights go on. Like, how are you doing that with this level of competition?
I'm still new to the sport.
How old are you?
I'm 33, but I started when I was 22 years old.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I started late. I started very late, and again...
22 years old, you think that's late?
Huh? Okay, yeah.
You know, when I started fighting, I was 31 years old.
Oh, really, MMA?
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I did do a little bit of wrestling, but I mean, then I did like a year when I was like 12, and then I just played rugby league.
Yeah.
So, I started MMA and martial arts pretty late. Again, obviously having that little bit of a wrestling background definitely helps.
It does.
For me as well. Like I did that.
You got like a wwrestling body
but, I mean,
too,
you
right?
You being the wrestling you did, like obviously that's gonna help it too. But I mean, I'm still learning. And again, my style and what I'm all about. I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to raise the bar. You heard me talk about it last fight. Like I'm always trying to raise the bar. I'm always looking for ways to get better in every way I can. So you know what I mean. When you're disciplined and motivated to get better, you're going to get better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is MMA.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't get better at striking, you can get better everywhere. I don't care how good of a striker you are.
Yeah.
There's so many other disciplines. Then you got your nutrition, then you got your cardio, then you got your strength. You name it. You can always get better. Then you got your head as well. So I feel like I want to say I'm at my peak, right? But I feel like I'm going to get better. I mean, right now I'm at the peak of my career so far.
Yeah.
But that peak, you know, might rise again.
For everything that you do, your physical ability, I think your mental is probably what separates you from so many.
Yep.
And I believe that on Saturday, you know, obviously all that will be on display. Let's pivot a little bit, all right? You cook.
Yep.
I'm a big boy, love to eat.
Yeah.
Tell me if me and you are together, me and Alexander Volkanovski, I'm over at your palatial estate. I'm pretty sure you've got like a fantastic house, 10,000 square feet or more. And I'm ready to eat something. You're inviting DC over. What are you making for a big boy like me? Oh, man, what are you feeding me, champ?
I love my barbecue, man. I'm a barbecue guy. I'm a barbecue.
Okay.
Do you like your barbecue?
Oh, I love a barbecue.
Well, there you go. I'll have to do that. I'll give you a couple of options though.
Some good ones?
We'll go some chicken wings. We'll go some some nice steak. I'm telling you, I reckon I do one of the best steaks you ever taste.
You cannot say that though.
Man, I'm telling you.
You cannot say you do one of them.
I'm telling you.
There are so many steaks around the world. And look at me. I am a steak connoisseur.
The boys are agreeing.
Hey, but listen, he also
We've been
works for
high-end.
you. He also works for you.
I paid him to say that.
The check. Like he write the checks. Yes, absolutely.
But honestly, I've been to like high-end restaurants
and you
and
think
all
it's better.
that. Man, I can put the time and I can put the effort. Restaurants, you know, sometimes they can be pretty difficult, pretty hard to put that time and effort. Otherwise, you know, the meat's going to go to waste. You can't do the, you know, I'm telling you, I've got it down pat.
Is it good?
It's perfect anyway. I don't think I could do it any better for myself. Anyone can do it any better for myself than I can. Okay, maybe that's a better way of putting it.
I'm a pretty cheap guy, but I'll pay top dollar for an Alexander Volkanovski steak. So
we'll make
next time you're in the country, I will buy a steak. I want you to wear one of those things like you had on with Action Bronson, a chef. What is that called? An apron? The chef's apron, the hat?
Oh, yeah.
I want all of that. I don't want the full experience.
Yeah, all right. Well, what's your favorite chip flavor? Like, what do you call them? Crisps?
Potato chips?
Yeah, potato chips.
Hey, I tell you, I don't really like to say that because, like, I'll say the company, they don't pay me.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I like a classic chip. Like, the classic, it's in a yellow bag, it's salty. Like, that's my favorite.
Mate, you got to try one of my chip-flavored or potato chip-flavored chicken wings.
Potato chip-flavored
Or, like,
chicken?
yeah, so, you know, for crumbs, as a crumb,
it's interesting.
I use chip as a crumb. So if you want to do a schnitzel, you want to do a chicken strip or a chicken tender, I got you covered.
That sounds pretty good.
We won't mention any names because they're not paying us, right?
Yeah, they don't pay us. Hey, they don't get shit free out here, dog. They don't get shit free out here. Look, guys, make sure you tune into UFC 276 this weekend as the champ. Alexander Volkanovski defends his title against Max Holloway. Hey, like I said many a times, put some respect on this man's name. Everybody talks about the greatest featherweights of all time. He is really quickly entering himself into that conversation. Hit that buy button on Saturday. Like and subscribe to the channel. And hey, man, what's your YouTube channel, champ? I watch it. You guys do this
Alexander
good stuff out
Volkanovski, easy to find. Yeah, and obviously socials at Alex Volkanovski.
At Alex Volkanovski, Alexander Volkanovski on YouTube. Fucking dude's hilarious. Him and Israel Adesanya did some shit with meat the other day. It's kind of illegal here in the United States. It's illegal in the United States, but it was fun time. So make sure you guys catch the champ. Until next time, peace.